conversation about being classy, bougie, and ratchet, and you know, we're like around the way.
All of that.
We're all of that put in one. So, have you ever had to use each one in a different scenario? Because I know, like, we're both real estate agents, so in that environment, we try to be like, you know, classy, bougie, but then there's times where you have to get ratchet, even in that environment.
Yeah, you have to be very, you know, aggressive. You know what I mean? And where we come from, it's like when you're being aggressive. You know, it's kind of like being ratchet, but in the professional world, it's being aggressive. In the hood world, you're being ratchet. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess what we're really talking about is like feeling fake, or like feeling like we're not being who we really are in our professional lives, because we still like the same things that we used to like as in music. Like, we'll be driving to go show a home or whatever the case may be in a full business suit.
And we listening to some full gangster music.
So I mean, like some real ratchet, you know,
trap music,
right? So I guess you gotta know how to turn it on or off and not feel fake. You know what I mean? Because in order to evolve in life, you have to be like a chameleon. You know what I mean?
And you have to know how to fit in different situations and different environments. Because even though it's not good to judge, first impressions are everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And we've kind of talked about that in another episode where, you know, people would think we a certain way till they get to know us.
Yeah.
Then they'd be like, oh, you nothing like I thought of you,
right.
You know?
So it's like classy, bougie, ratchet. Like, we're all of those things, but we can't go in our professional environment and be like, yeah, I'm classy, bougie, ratchet. Because they're going to look at us like, I'm not letting you sell my house. I'm not going to buy a house from you. You know, I'm not going to go and invest my money with you. You know, yeah, like on a regular day, this is me. You know what I mean? Like crop top, tights, big hoop earrings. Like this is me. You know, but on a day that it's professional, turn on professional shell, little
earrings, pearls. Yeah, like I'm not wearing all this jewelry.
You know, I'm definitely trying to hide as much as my tattoos as I can, because unfortunately we do live in a judgmental world. But you can't feel bad or fake about evolving or getting in where you fit in. See, when it becomes a problem is when you're trying to get in where you fit in. You're an opportunist,
right? You know? When you forget where you came from.
Oh yeah,
like those are the worst.
Right.
When you forget where you came from,
right.
And now you act like, I don't want to be around such and such as,
right?
Or you don't want to bring certain friends around certain environments,
right?
Which I kind of get that to some degree.
Oh, absolutely, because people don't know how to act.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can't take everybody with you.
So is that being fake?
No, absolutely not, because you can't take everybody with you. I mean, like, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? Like, Nick, you know, we know who, you know what I mean, assassinated him. So it's just like everybody can't go with you. So yeah, you might be acting bougie to them, but it's because you're elevating and they're hating. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like sometimes you gotta let people get to where they're going, or you have to get to where you're going and then come back and get everybody else. You know, or
and even when you come back, you can't get everybody.
No,
because some people don't deserve to come along with you.
Right.
Some people you gotta deal with from a distance because they can sabotage everything you've worked so hard for.
Right.
You know? Right. So when do you draw that line?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's hard.
That is hard.
I just don't, you know, I feel like a lot of girls from the hood feel like they can't look back. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they don't want nobody to know that they like listening to trap music. You know, they don't like nobody to know where they come from. You know, they hide it, you know, and it's okay to come from nothing. It's okay to be hood, you know what I mean? But you just gotta know when to turn it off and to turn it on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just because I'm saying like be hood, I don't mean fighting and talking ghetto and cursing people out. No, I mean being able to relax, be yourself, turn on whoever it is you listening to that day. You know what I mean? Mozzie, shout out. You know what I mean? I'm feeling out right now.
But also, as you're elevating, you have some friends that, granted, haven't been given the opportunity that you were given in the hood. So I feel that it's also important that you go back, because we have those friends that we know got potential. You know, so those friends, I think it's good to go back and teach them certain things.
Well, I think I was that friend. I mean, let's just keep it chunky. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I was the worst, like the worst. You know, you can't tell by looking at me, but I was very ratchet, as in like, I was the first to pop off. You know, fighting to me was like changing my drawers. But what happened is, as I was getting older, some people were like, I noticed I wasn't getting invited to certain places, or they would always have to warn me, like, Shell, don't start. Like, they would give me a pep talk, like, please don't start with nobody. Please don't slap nobody. Please, like, to where it was like, I had to start looking at myself, like,
you had to check your own damn.
Yeah, like, so, and I feel like, even with us, you know what I mean, back then, I was too wild, you know what I mean, to be with you all the time, and you know what I mean, because, I was still with all the BS.
Yeah, but see, back then, that's when I was elevating and trying to go to.
Right, she was trying to tell me, let's start investing, let's get into real estate, like, Shell, you could do it, da-da-da-da-da. But I wasn't trying to hear that mess back then. All I wanted to do was, drink liquor, party, fight, and, be ratchet.
Were you not listening because you felt it was too far-fetched? Because I think that sometimes when people tell us certain things, and when we come from that environment, we feel like, man, get the fuck out of here. That's too far-fetched for me right now.
I didn't, even though, like, I was always, I was real, like, what's happening, you know what I mean? I was with all the shit in that environment. But I didn't think that I can go to the professional environment and be the shit. You know why? Because I didn't feel educated.
You didn't have the confidence.
I didn't have the confidence, you know what I mean? I was poor, and I didn't think and I didn't even think that I deserved that life.
You know what? I remember one day, me and Shell, I have a friend, and he's very successful now. And he invited us to LA. And Rochelle has some gold hair, I have some braids.
Some gold like braids.
And he lived in LA. He likes doing really nice shit. So he took us to like this nice ass restaurant. And me and Shell felt like we didn't fit in at all. So me and her kept like hitting each other like, girl.
We didn't know what to order. We felt like backs.
Yeah, straight up like backs. We didn't understand the menu. It was funny. It was funny, but at that time, I realized that I have to step out of my comfort zone if I want to elevate. I have to surround myself around new things that'll make me feel uncomfortable so that I can learn, And I kind of kept going in that direction. Shell was still with the bullshit because she's a little younger than me. But, we together now, and we both here.
Yeah,
we see eye to eye. And I think if we fast forward now and we was taken back to that restaurant, we wouldn't feel that way. We would feel like, oh, we fit in. We belong here.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think when you know you belong there, your confidence show that you belong there.
Right.
Back then, other people probably noticed that we didn't belong there, but it's because of the energy that we were putting out.
Right. And we didn't, and to where we are now, it's like, now we know what it is to be classy, bougie, and ratchet. Like I said, we know how to turn it on and turn it off. And for myself, like, being informed and self-educating myself helped me. You know what I mean? Not drinking every day helped. I know you see a drink sitting right here, but you see my cup is like full. Like, I don't really drink like that no more.
Well, I'm a social drinker. I have to have a little drink to relax and do this because I am a little shy. I know I might not come off like I'm shy, but I'm a little shy. So I need this to relax my nerves because I'll sit up here and blink 1,000 times.
Right. So I just feel like if you're, you know, a girl from the hood and you feel like you don't matter, if you're a girl from the hood and you feel like you have no future, like you do, and start now, because just because your parents are in a situation, you're not in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You are, every day is a fresh start. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Have faith, have hope, have confidence, believe in yourself. If nobody believes in you, you know,
and surround yourself around a positive environment.
That's not always possible. I don't feel like what was I gonna be positive? Who was around me was positive?
I was positive, but you didn't feel at that time that you can really be around me like that. You know, I know for me, because I grew up in the projects, I grew up in the Bronx. When I came to California, I had a choice, you know, and I met people that were successful and that can help elevate me. And to this day, I have to thank them older friends that I have, my Vals, my Sherrys, those, because they were homeowners, they were business owners, they were having things. So I decided I could have still kicked it with all the ratchet ghetto ones. But when I seen what they had going on, that made me want to be their protege. And that's why I became a homeowner at a young age. I started doing different things because I changed my environment. But I'll still go and kick it with my hood friends because that shit was fun. To this day, I like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I knew that I wanted to have certain things in life. Right. So I knew deep inside that I had to change my environment to elevate. Okay. And sometimes you even outgrow that environment, you know, because now I think I'm like ready to go to other heights. Not saying that I would forget where I came from, like we just said, but now I need an environment that's even more here. Because you do become a product of your environment.
Absolutely.
Subconsciously, you become a product of your environment.
Yeah, you do, because, you know, I was around her and the Vals and the Sherrys, but I would be like, you know, because they're a little older than her and I'm a little younger than her. I'd be like, you know, them grown women don't want me around because, you know, I'm going to turn the party out. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be mad at me. So I guess, do surround yourself with positive people, but believe that you are worthy of being around those positive people, because that was my problem. I didn't believe that I was worthy to hang around grown women who were homeowners, who had their own businesses, because I was so ratchet and so ghetto. So, you know, I didn't want them to, like, you know, look at me a certain type of way.
But you know what? Let me go back, because you're right. Some people don't have them type of friends. So I can say this: educate yourself. Right. Pick up books. Yeah. You know, read. Knowledge is key, and you can uplift your own self out of that environment.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong now. Like, I have some friends that all through every stage of my life have been there for me, supporting me and not judging me. I guess what it is you got to really know who is for you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like I said before, I have friends that have master's degrees, working on PhDs, and they still with the ratchet, bougie, whatever you say. You know,
and not only that, like you've told me before, you have certain people that don't want to see you do better than them. Yeah. So that's also another, you know.
Yeah, so if you in the hood and you got a partner that's like not encouraging you to elevate, and they just want you to stay on the block drinking with them every day, or, you know, going to hang with the homies to drink or whatever, like, that's not your friend. If your friend knows you have an outlet and doesn't encourage you to take that outlet, like, that's not your friend. Now, it's another thing if you're that person that wants to continue with the BS and your friends are telling you, nah, let's do this, then you're the problem.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? But if you have a friend that done made it and they just come and kick it with you and they're not dropping knowledge on you, because they don't want to see you win, that's not a friend.
Absolutely.
Because I know, everything I know, I hands my services and my knowledge.
This is Miss Resource. If
Like,
you want,
I'm gonna put you on.
If you want to know something, what's your personal Jay Rican, like hit her in the DM. Baby, right here is Miss Resource. Like she knows everything.
No, but I don't hoard the resources.
Yeah.
I'm quick
She's
to
not a
tell,
hater.
like I'm quick to like put you up on it because I feel there's enough for everybody. There's enough room for everybody to eat. You know?
Yeah. So I guess basically our point is like, just because you are from the hood and you've now gone on to be professional or whatever, and you still maybe hang out with your hood friends, and then you're in your professional environment and you don't mix the two, like don't feel some type of way about it, because you have to do what you got to do to feed your family, to feed yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can tell your homies or whatever, hey, do this, do that, do that, you know what I mean? But it's up to them. And so, like I'm telling you, like I'm a prime example. Like I haven't always been like as professional and as business minded as I am today. I always had hustle in me, don't get it twisted. But now I just know how to turn it on. You know what I mean?
But you know what? In order to succeed in life, you have to have both. You have to be street smart and you have to be book smart.
Absolutely.
One can't survive without the other. So you have a lot of people that have degrees and they real smart, but they lack common sense.
They're doormats.
So, and I've noticed just in different situations in life, I've had to help people out that have degrees because they just lack the whole common sense. It's just either black or white for them.
We just talked about that in the car.
Well, what?
I had a job. Was on the job for years, right? Yeah. It was time for me to be promoted because my boss got promoted. Well, unfortunately, because I didn't have my college diploma, my degree, whatever, I couldn't hold that title because in the business world, some things are about titles.
Right. So
in that title, if you're given that title in the job description and the requirements, it says you need 2 years of this, 2 years of that, this diploma, that diploma, etc., etc. But I could do the job better than she could probably do her own job.
The one with the degree.
The one with the degree. So, okay. My boss said still go through the hiring process, blah. They end up hiring somebody else. Becky with the good hair. Expected me to train Becky, took me out of my office, my own office, and put me in a cubicle. Now, as a human being, that is embarrassing. And I felt pretty degraded. Instead of staying and fighting and hanging in there, because it was a really good job, I quit. Because
of your integrity.
Right, because how are you going to sit up here and tell me, and I mean, they wanted me to train this lady with a degree, everything that I already knew and have been doing for years. I was so offended, and I quit. So, yeah, sometimes people with degrees, they don't know nothing. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing. You know what I mean? A monkey could be taught anything. It's repetitive, you know what I mean? But again, that's just life. And you have to know when to cut it on and cut it off. You know what I'm saying? I didn't throw a fit and get ghetto and try to fight. The old Shell probably would have, turn the office out, but I didn't. You know what I did? I gave my 2-week notice, and my boss begged me to stay. She said, "Just give me some more patience. Like I'm gonna take you with me here, there, and there." But I wasn't trying to hear that. You know what I mean? And I think it was, one of the best decisions I ever made, because now today, I'm getting into real estate. I'm getting into investing. I'm not letting a 9-to-5 consume me that I was never going to elevate in because I don't have my degree.
Right. So you kind of got to figure out what works for you. And when doors are shutting on you, don't get offended by that. Because when one door closes, another one opens. Right. And you're a true testimony to that.
So it's okay to be classy, bougie, and ratchet.
So let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Follow us on IG, real_beauty and pain. Thanks, guys.
Stay prayed up.
It's already written. That was cute.